cord so I don't forget. Oh, goodness. Well, hello, Joe.
Hi, Christy. How are you? Nice to meet you.
I'm good. It's nice to meet you.
Thanks for all the information on the meeting.
Oh, no problem. I'm sorry that it was last minute. I like to get stuff out before the day of, but it's been pretty hectic over here at the UW.
I would imagine.
So we will wait for a couple more minutes for some of the other folks to get on in here.
Okay.
I do not anticipate this taking the full hour.
Sure. Okay, good.
So I think you guys are smart cookies and the software is pretty user-friendly. So
That's great. Thank you. No, so far seems like it should go smoothly.
yeah, I think it's a pretty user-friendly software. So hey, Tracy.
Hey, how are you?
Morning, Tracy.
I'm
Tracy.
good. So summer's almost over. Kids are going back to school next week.
My grandson started today in Bluffton.
Oh, today, huh? My kids, it's next week. So I'm happy. Back. What time is it? Okay, it's just now 10. We're going to give a little bit. Oh, here's Doug. All right. So we are waiting for Kendall and Ian and Amy.
Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, Doug. Morning.
We are just going to wait a couple more minutes for the rest of the group. Trying to get the band all together here. I was telling Joe, I do not anticipate this taking the full hour. This software is pretty user-friendly, so I think we could probably get out of here fairly quickly. So just going to go over the software and the scoring card, and then I'll get you guys out of here, I think, fairly quickly.
Good.
Okay.
So as soon as we get everybody in here. Oh, here's Ian. We are waiting on Amy and Kendall. Now, Amy is not new to the review process. Kendall is, so I would like to wait a couple minutes for him. Hi, Ian. How are you?
Good morning. How's everybody?
Good morning.
Good.
All right. Let's see what time is it. Get one more minute and then we're going to go ahead and start so I can get you busy folks out of the training and back into your back into your work, so. Serena, after I begin, if you could just keep an eye on the waiting room and let Amy and Kendall in
Will do.
when they pop in. And I was telling Serena, Carol is in Germany right now, so she's going to try to pop in, but she's not sure about the connection. So we are not going to hold things up for Carol. But this is being recorded, so I can send the link out. And if at any point in time, y'all, if you guys come across something that you know that we handled in the training, and if you guys want the link to review it, just send me an email and I'd be more than happy to shoot it to you. With that, I think we're going to go ahead and get started. You guys are busy folks, so I don't want to take up too much of your time. So welcome everyone. I am Christy Turner, and I am Vice President of Community Impact here at the United Way. And I want to just thank you guys so much for agreeing to help us out with the financial reviews of the community impact process. We really could not do this process without you guys. And we really need those big financial brains of yours to review the 990s and the balance sheets and the P&Ls. Because the program reviewers, this is just not their forte. So we really appreciate you guys stepping in to help us out in the financial portion. So we are just going to do a super quick overview of the process, of the community impact process, because it just kind of puts it into context, puts your financial review into context. We're going to go over the scorecard, and then we're going to jump into the Community Force software. And go over that walkthrough guide that I emailed you first thing this morning, and then we're going to get you guys out of here. So, so the community impact process, we have 9 financial reviewers this year, and for the ones that are coming back to me, Tracy, this is going to make you very happy. That means that you only have 2 agencies to review this year.
Yay.
Yay! Now, Serena, you see the little sad face there. Serena is our control group. She has to review all of them. So that allows me to just see which ones of you are hard graders and which ones of you are easy graders. And that is not a bad or a good thing. Either way, it just allows me to gauge the reviewers. And I put the scorecard has been put on a diet, and let me just tell you, she is looking fabulous. There are only 15 questions that is on the financial reviewer scorecard. However, that just means that now the comment sections have that much more, are that much more important. So while there are only 15 questions, and they're very specific questions, the answers rather are very specific, and there are points kind of behind the curtain that are tied to each one of those specific answers. But the comments, there are comment boxes that are put for you guys to put your comments in for each section. And those comment boxes, I can't say enough about the importance, because those really are the meat and the potatoes. That's kind of what I use when I go into the site visits in November. So the comment boxes, please use those comment boxes. Put your questions, any questions that you feel need to be asked and answered of the agencies directly, use those comment boxes. Also, let me know what you really feel in those comment boxes. I need to know, don't sugarcoat it. I need to know exactly what your thoughts are and exactly what I need to get at, what I need to be asking. I will absolutely scrub it to make sure that the question is posed in a respectful manner. But I need to know exactly what questions I need to ask of the agencies so that I can ensure that that I am asking exactly what you guys want me to get at, what answers I need to be getting from the agencies during their site visit. All right, so our process does ensure that people get the support services that they need right now, while simultaneously addressing those root causes of key issues. And that's how United Way creates true community impact. And this funding process, we fund at the program level, which allows agencies to submit multiple programs for funding in any of our 4 priority areas. So Tracy, when I said, you got all excited that I said you only had 2 programs to review, and that is true. But some of you guys, when you pull up your reviews, you're going to say, that Christy girl, she lied to me. I have 4 applications here. I didn't fib. It's because some of the agencies submitted multiple programs, but your reviews are at the organizational level. So you only have to review that organization 1 time. So while you might have them, they might have been assigned to you 3 times, you only have to review it once. And then once you get through your review at the end, it's going to ask you whether you want to push your scores to the other applications, and you're going to hit that yes button, and it's automatically going to populate your answers to the other applications. And United Way also use a staggered, we use a staggered funding schedule. So we release 2 priority areas per year. And this year, in the pandemic year or following a pandemic year, it just so happens that the 2 priority areas are basic needs and economic mobility. So our basic needs are our emergency service programs, and economic mobility are those programs, our job programs, our soft skills programs. So the timing couldn't have been more perfect. United Way also, our process is a 2-year grant cycle, which permitting the time needed to see the results of the program impact. And we also provide operational funding. So when the programs are applying to us for funding, we don't tell them what they have to use that grant for. We don't tell them it has to be used for salary or it has to be used to purchase books for the program. We don't care if they're using it for salaries or they're paying Dominion Energy to keep the lights on at the program location. We leave it up to the board of directors and up to the executive director to determine where best to use our funding. And we also use a step down funding strategy. In year 2, there's a 15% step down in their grant. And we use this strategy to ensure that there's a sustainability program or a sustainability plan that's being created because we do have a competitive grant process. And we always want to make sure that the programs that are being reviewed are always keeping in mind that they have to make sure that they're diversified in their funding streams. And we provide our allocations monthly. And this allows our agencies to constantly be infused with grant funds from United Way. And it also prevents our grant from creating timing issues within their financials. Because what we have seen from reviewing the agency's financials is that some of the other grants, when they're infused with large sums of cash at certain times, it can create false timing issues, right? It can make them look cash heavy at certain times. It can make them look like they don't need or they don't need the financial support. Or at other times, it can make them look like they are not a viable investment because, especially if it's a reimbursable grant. So they're constantly being infused monthly with United Way funds. And we have a competitive grant process. So the applications are being reviewed right now. while you guys are going to be reviewing the financial portion. We also have program reviewers that were just trained yesterday, and they are going to start reviewing the programs. So, and in basic needs, only the top 12 programs make it onto site visit panels and are able to receive funding, and only the top 7 programs in our economic mobility progress to receive a site visit. And some of the scoring, y'all's financial score is also taken into account that determines what top 12 and 7 programs actually are able to receive a site visit. All right, so are there any questions about that, what I just went over? And that's just the 50,000 foot level of the process. All right. So now I am going to switch over to the software, and let's see here. Let me, bear with me here. Hold on one second. Please hold. Okay. Okay. Here. I want to share my screen. Bear with me, guys. I'm trying to. Okay. Do you guys see the website?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So this is the website. And if you pull out your Community Force walkthrough guide, you are going to see the URL, and that's right up here, the UW Low Country Grants Community Force. So this is, as soon as you put the website in, you are going to see that. Now I am signed in as Kendall. Is Kendall with us yet, Serena? Did he pop in yet? Okay. Well,
I'm sorry. No, Christy, they have not popped in as of yet.
Okay. Well, I'm going to pick on him, and I signed in as him because he's a brand new user, and he actually has applications in both. So I wanted to show both, but let me go ahead and log out. So when you come onto the website, this is the page that you're going to see. This is the landing page. So just go up to the right-hand corner and you click on log in. You're going to come into here. Now, if you are brand new to the review process, I put you in yesterday. So you're going to put in the email address that I've been contacting you at right here. And then you are going to put in your last name and 1234 into the password and click on login. So when you log in, this is what the screen that's going to pop up for you right here. Now, you can immediately go up to this right-hand corner right here where you're going to see your name, and you could click on that and you could change your password immediately from the default, which is your last name and the 1234, as soon as you log in to something that you can remember from the default. But here's this is your dashboard, so to speak. And this is where you're going to go for your reviews. So right here, if you have, if this is where all of your reviews are going to be housed. So Kendall, he has 2 applications, and one of his applications is an economic mobility application, and one of his is a basic need application. So you see number of applicants over here, and he has 1 in each one. So all you would do is click on the economic mobility, And then this pops up. This is where all of your applications are going to be housed. And there's a whole lot of really good information on this screen right here. And you don't have a whole lot of reviews. So if you had, like, say 16 reviews, or Serena has to read every one. So she has 8 of them. So she's going to have a whole bunch of information up here. So up here, it has total applicants assigned, number that she's completed, and how many she has left to do. So she has all of her information up here. Down here, there's also some information. This tells you what % complete you are with the application and what the score of that application is. So what you would do is you would just click on the applicant name. And once you click on the applicant name, your application is going to come up. So this is the screen right here, really easy and straightforward. As soon as your screen comes up, go ahead, and this is your scorecard over here on the left. And here's your application. This is the application right here. So what I do is, as soon as it comes up, I get my double arrows right here. You see your double arrows, and go ahead and enlarge your scorecard so that you can actually read this stuff. It starts off, the default is pretty small on the left-hand side. So I just go ahead and get your double arrows and enlarge it to whatever size you want it to be. Now, both your scorecard and your application, they each have their own scroll bars. So here's your scorecard, and here's its scroll bar, and here's the application, and here's its scroll bar. So each one has its own scroll bar. I do want to tell you about a feature real quick. There's an autosave feature up here. So every 10 minutes, this will automatically save. Now, this is one of the bad features about it. I mean, the good feature is that it's an autosave. So if you say you get a phone call and you're in the middle of your review and you walk away from your computer, everything that you worked on is going to automatically be saved. However, if you're in the middle of working on your application, and you're going to notice this through the training, because in 8 minutes, this is going to auto save, your application over here and your window over here, it automatically goes back to the default. So this is going to, in 8 minutes, this is going to go back to here. And unfortunately, your application is going to go back to the beginning. I have tried to work with Community Force to ask them to fix that, and I'll keep y'all posted, but I don't hold out hope that they're going to fix that little glitch within this cycle. So that's probably going to happen to you, and it's going to annoy you. So I apologize for that. Okay, so as you're going through your reviews, let's see, we did all that. All right. So your title sections over here, anytime you see blue on your scorecard, that's going to be a title section in the application right here. So these are kind of like your street lights to show you where in the application you're going to find that information. And let's just go ahead, let's go to the top of the scorecard here. So this is the pre-qualification portion of the application, because that's where the 990 is found. So let's go find the 990. Let's go to the top of the application. Here's the pre-qualification. And we asked them for the 990. So right here, it says, please upload a copy of your most recent 990. So here's their 990. We would click on that. Their 990 pops up here. You'd review the 990, have their information up. So here we ask you to review the applicant's attached 990 and provide the organization's overhead. So you would put their overhead in. Now, they provide the overhead, but we would like you to calculate the overhead just to make sure that what they're saying is correct. United Way will not fund an organization whose overhead is higher than 30%. So if it is higher than 30%, then they would be outside of our minimum requirements. So that's why we ask you guys to calculate it. So let's say it's 24%. And then you would put your in there. So now remember, please use this box, the comments box. This is very important, and this is what I use during the site visit. So if you had an issue with something in their overhead, or if there was a red flag for you, or even if it wasn't a red flag, just say that there was just something that you couldn't put your finger on. This is where you would put it, is in this comment section. So that I could ask the question at the site visit. All right, so, and the questions are very specific. So then the next section is report, review, and audit. So we have a threshold. If the organization's gross annual revenue budget is up to $300,000, a financial report is required. If the organization's gross annual revenue budget is $300,001 to $750,000, a certified review is required. And if the organization's gross annual revenue budget is $750,001 or above, a certified public accountant is required to conduct an audit. So that's our threshold. So you would need to pull up their 990 and their audit to see where they land. And then here are the answers to all the questions, but you need to answer all three of them. So in our example up here, if the applicant is representing an operational budget of $400,000, then you would put non-applicable on this one. You would answer this one, and then non-applicable on this one. Are there any questions about that? This question tends to catch people up. So because if you don't answer the other two, when you go, it won't register that you're 100% complete with your review. So wherever they land on this, the other two are going to be non-applicable. And then where they fall, that's the one that you're going to answer. Okay. And then once again, that comment box. And if you didn't answer, if they didn't receive a 5 or a 6, then we're looking for some comments as to why you didn't give them the top score. And then we ask you to review their organizational budget. And when we do that, we always give you kind of a guide, right? If we're asking you for a 0 to 10, and we're asking you for an actual point value, we usually give you a guide so that you know about what those numbers mean. And if we don't give you a guide, then the answers are usually very specific. It's a yes or no, or can't determine. And all of these have point values assigned. On track, on the right track with what appears to be some timing issues, or off course, corrective action is needed. So if you selected off course, corrective action needed, we would absolutely want to know what you're talking about, what corrective action, so that I could address that at the site visit. But these are pretty, it's pretty straightforward. And then once you get to the bottom, once you get to this nice message here, then you are going to want to go back up to the top. Oh, I'm sorry. Not to the top, to the bottom. To one of those. And then you're going to hit your save and exit button right here after you're done. And then that's going to bring you back out to this view right here. And it's going to show you your percentage complete. So just put your eyeballs on this and make sure that you're at 100%. If you're not at 100%, then that means you missed one of the questions. And just go back through and see which question you missed. So this should be 100%. And then once you're there, you just let me know. After you finished your 2, if you could just shoot me an email and let me know, hey, Christy, I'm done with my reviews. That would be great, because then I could actually go in and start compiling. You guys only have 2 reviews, so you have until the 26th of September. Let me just verify that. I do believe that's the date, but before you do that. You guys have a long time. Yes, you guys have a long time to do it. However, the quicker you guys could get these done, the better. With 2 reviews, if you guys could get these done, the sooner the better. So that I could give your comments to the program reviewers, because your information will put some of the program, especially the financial part, program efficiency, into some context for them. So I would love to be able to give them some of the financial information before they complete their reviews. But you guys have until the 26th at midnight. But I would prefer that you guys don't come in skidding in sideways to that deadline. You have all of my contact information. It was in the slide at the very beginning, but I will give you my phone numbers if you guys will take them down. So my office line is 843-379-3067. And my cell phone is 843-252-5651. And you have my email, since I've been harassing you guys the last couple of days so much. So if you guys need any help, or if there's anything that's glitching, or you have a question about something, please feel free to shoot me an email, pick up the phone, call me, whatever is most convenient for y'all. And once again, thank you for doing the financial portions for us. We could not do it without you. We need those financial brains. Let me just see if there's anything that I forgot. Let's see. No. I think I've went over it. I think I've went over everything that was in the walkthrough for the most part. Does anybody have any questions?
Christy, I don't know if you have with a history of United Way in the county, is there any firms that that may have done a review or an audit that sometimes you get concerned about? Is there any history like that exists that may have had incorrect overhead calculations, anything like that?
No. I will say that we tend to fund the cream of the crop when it comes to the agencies that apply and that tend to bubble up. And and they tend to be spot on with what they report. They tend to be very good at their calculations. And that's because many of them have the larger budgets, so they have the professional reviews completed. So it's not, they're not in-house, right? They have professionals doing their audits for them. So, and they also have professionals that are providing their information for the grants because they're larger. But we do have some of the smaller ones, and some of you guys have some of the smaller ones. So, I say that, but there's always those few, and there is one. Let me see. Who has it? Well, I don't want to bias, so I'm not going to say anything. But there are some that are grassroots organizations that are just starting to break away from their religious organization and creating their 501c3 at the request of United Way. So we've been an incubator for several 501c3s as well, and they've listened to some of the financial comments from the reviewers. Hey, look, this program's gotten too big. You really need to spin this off. It needs its own 501c3. It should not be underneath of the church anymore, kind of thing. So that's a long-winded way of saying yes and no. Joe?
And you populated, so the two that I'll do is already populated so that if I could get started anytime.
Oh yeah, they are. I populated them, so you should be able to pull up your two applications as soon as you guys leave. So if you are just itching to get your reviews done, y'all should be able to start as soon as we sign off.
Thank you.
So, and look at that, 36 minutes. Actually, I'm going to say 31 minutes because we waited 5 minutes extra for individuals to come in. So I'm not taking credit for those minutes. So 31 minutes. All right, everyone. If there's no questions, I'm gonna let you guys get back to work and call me if you need me.
Thank you, Christy.
All right.
Thank you,
Y'all have a great
Christy.
day.
Bye-bye.
Christy, you do check your email pretty regular?
I do.
Okay, I just sent you one.
All right. Thank you.
Thank
All right.
you. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Bye.